From not caring about Apple dipping its toes into spatial computing, to giving his own company's VR headset a run for its money, here's why Mark Zuckerberg already dislikes Apple's Vision Pro. At the 2023 Worldwide Developers Conference, Apple's CEO Tim Cook did the unthinkable. As a promise to change the face of augmented reality, Tim gave us Apple's high-end Vision Pro, a virtual reality headset, which is the single best thing since the company came out with the first iPhone. And while plenty of people are blown away by Apple's sheer genius, there's one guy that Tim failed to impress. Yup, Mark Zuckerberg doesn't seem fazed by Apple's Vision Pro, and he's got his reasons. In a company-wide meeting with all his Meta employees, the CEO said he was glad that Apple's device didn't present any major breakthroughs in technology that Meta hadn't already explored, and talked about not being on board with how people were going to use the device. Simply put, Zuck just didn't like Apple's vision of how people would use the headset, which is strange considering he's got a couple of them under the banner of his own company, Meta. He also pointed out that the upcoming Quest 3 will be much cheaper at $499, which, compared to the Vision Pro's $3,499 price tag, is a steal. Mark talked about Apple's new product showcasing the difference in the values both companies have, saying that his company's way of approaching VR was a lot different from its competitors. According to him, Quest is all about people interacting in new ways and feeling closer, while also being active and doing things. All Apple showed was a demo of a person sitting on a couch by themselves, wearing the headset. Now sure, that could be the future of computing, but as far as Mark is concerned, that's not the future he wants for now. Up until the WWDC in 2023, the Meta owner was enjoying pioneering VR technology with his company's multiple headsets. But then all of a sudden, Apple comes out with this beast of a device that's taken the world by storm. And it's obvious that Mark and his company have been on the edge because of that. The introduction of Apple's headset marks a major competitive threat. Sure, Meta's been successful with its VR gaming and fitness, but right now, it's only found a specific niche instead of being able to expand to the general computing market that Apple is going after. Plus, the Quest Pro by Meta was largely seen as a flop, so Mark and his team need some serious damage control now too. Giving his full remarks about Apple's headset, Zuckerberg was thorough with his reservations about his rival company's breakthrough. He stated that he's really curious about what they're putting out, and from what he's seen initially, he thinks it's good news that Apple, too, doesn't have any magical solutions to the constraints on laws of physics that his team at Meta hasn't explored or thought of yet. Sure, Apple went for a higher resolution display, but when you add that to the technology they put in the headset to power it, not only does the Vision Pro cost 7 times more, but it also requires so much energy that you now need a battery and a wire attached to it to use it. And remember how I mentioned how Mark thinks there's a difference in the values between both companies? Well, while Meta's products are accessible and affordable to everyone, Apple just burns a hole in everyone's wallets. And it's true. When was the last time Tim Cook came out with a product that didn't have users contemplating giving up a kidney? Because when you think about it, yeah, the Vision Pro is an amazing piece of tech. Some might say that it's revolutionary even. But honestly, guys, dropping almost $4,000 on it seems a little unreasonable, don't you think? Mark believes that a core part of what he and his employees at Meta do is to make sure the dream of virtual reality remains accessible. This is why they've sold tens of millions of Quests, but more importantly, their vision for the metaverse is fundamentally social. Mark also believes that there's a philosophical difference in terms of how his company's approaching augmented reality. Unlike Apple, who makes the whole experience seem lonely, even if it's immersive, Mark is confident, and in a lot of ways, optimistic even, that what his company is doing matters. Before the Vision Pro came out, Zuck had a hunch that Apple would try and build an even more closed ecosystem for its metaverse tech, while everything Meta's done so far is to make sure that the metaverse is more about community building and not about people sitting by themselves on their couches. But then again, you can't deny that the Vision Pro's in a league of its own right now. Let's be real here. It's the company's first ever mixed reality headset, and combined with powerful hardware and an immersive experience, Apple's effort at breaking barriers in tech is truly amazing. Being marketed as a spatial computer, the Vision Pro strikes a balance in blending together real life, while also offering you a digital canvas to play with. The Vision Operating System, or Vision OS, creates an interactive three-dimensional experience for users where you can use your hands, voice, and even eyes to operate. Yes, you heard that right. The Vision Pro has high-quality hardware, along with advanced combination of Apple Silicon that can detect your eye movements and follow your commands. It's no wonder the headset costs a fortune, right? But at that price point, with all of the features it promises, Apple Vision Pro is turning out to be one of the finest products of this decade. I mean, have you seen the design? Who knew a VR headset could look so cool? If there's one thing Apple's known for, it's great design. So, it's no surprise that the company has come up with a sophisticated yet elegant design for the Vision Pro. The device uses a combination of glass, steel, and fabric, making it look nothing like those chunky headsets we're used to. And once you put it on, man, oh man, does it feel like you've stepped into an alternate dimension. The lifelike UI design makes the user feel right at home. And since the design can respond to light, even casting shadows, Vision OS adds a whole other dimension to the VR experience. Just like the Meta Quest Pro, Apple's Vision Pro also allows users to open multiple apps at once. And what's remarkable about this is, the operating system makes sure the apps adjust to the space you're in, making things look all the more natural. Speaking of which, I have to talk about one of my favorite features of the Vision Pro, environments. With this feature, Apple's groundbreaking headsets transport you to dynamic and beautiful landscapes, helping you take a break from their overwhelming real-life schedules and zone out from your busy lives, even if it is just for a little while. The headset also comes integrated with Apple's immersive video feature, which means that you can have a 180-degree high-resolution video experience, as well as spatial audio, making it feel like you're at the movies, right from the comfort of your couch. How cool is that? Want to know what's even cooler though? The Vision Pro has no controllers. Yup, like I said earlier, Apple's latest tech relies more on the user's hands, voice, and eyes for navigation, which means they've gotten rid of any and all controllers, letting you browse through apps simply by looking at them, making the whole experience feel like magic. Tim Cook's latest labor of love's taken the tech world by storm. But just like Mark, a lot of people don't seem too pleased with the Vision Pro. For starters, they think the price tag's a little too high for something that feels impractical right now. Not to mention the battery life and gaming experience hasn't been all that promising. Gaming enthusiasts on Reddit think that Apple Vision Pro's more of an enterprise design device, rather than a gaming one. And with only 2 hours of battery life, it's not going to give anyone a bang for their buck. Some people also believe that this headset's going to disconnect humans even more from real life, saying that sitting on a couch, playing make-believe as the world around them goes on, isn't what the future should be about. Having said that, there's also been a lot of comparison with Meta's VR headset. I've already told you that the Quest is a much cheaper option compared to the Vision Pro, but when it comes to specs, Apple takes the lead here. I mean, with grainy video quality, and not to mention a controller to go with it, is the Quest actually offering a seamless experience? Or is the Vision Pro giving you a better deal? I guess you can check out the differences yourself when Apple's headset officially releases in early 2024 in the US. But the rest of the worldwide market will have to wait for it a little longer. Rest assured, though, the future is on its way. So there you have it, from giving his own company's VR headset a run for its money, to not being fazed by Apple stepping into the era of spatial computing. This was why Mark Zuckerberg already dislikes Apple's Vision Pro.